Hey, what's up guys? Kriscoolmod. This is a video to show you how to use your Xbox controller on the RetroBeast. There is a new way, very simple, and also it's gonna work on your arcade cabinet, and I will show you how to use on your keyboard. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so RetroBeast in 2023 has changed the way you handle your RetroBeast. So basically, all the overall RetroBeast in the main menu or in game use X input, so you can use 1, 2, 3 or 4 Xbox controller plugged to your PC on RetroBeast. Very easy. Also, you can use arcade panel, 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, 4 player. As long as it run X input, everything's gonna work flawless. So we are now on the RetroBeast wheel, alright? Before I'm talking about all the feature, so we are on the same page. Now I named the button as a Xbox. So now when I'm talking about LT and RT, it's the trigger. Trigger are L and right trigger, LT and RB. The top shoulder are RB and LB and RB. After you have the A, B, X, Y. After you have the back button. That will be now it's the hotkey. So you need to remember the back button is the hotkey now. After you have the start button, and the middle button, it's called the home or guide. After, of course, you have the D-pad you can use, and the right joystick and the right joystick. Alright? Okay, so now on the wheel, you can scroll all the wheel with the D-pad, right to left. If the team has a game up to and down, you can use up and down with the D-pad. You can scroll with the left joystick. So let's jump to a wheel. So to enter a wheel, you press enter. You press A button. So to go back, you press B and A to come back. Okay, after, when you go again on a wheel game, you can scroll down and up with the D-pad or the left joystick, up and down. Okay. Also, there is a feature you can scroll alphabetic. You can jump from A to B to C to D and so on with the shoulder left to right. Okay. Very, very easy. Okay, before I forget, if you have 4 Xbox, okay, and I'm talking about shortcut and a hotkey about how to save and load and quit and stuff like that, it's always the controller number 1 that can save game, load game, quit game, pause game, change the volume, and so on. It's always the controller number 1 that can do all those stuff. If you have 4 Xbox connected, all those 4 Xbox can scroll, you can boot a game, but all extra feature that use hotkey, combo button, it's the controller number 1. Okay, so remember that, because often even me, sometimes I have another controller, I say, why I cannot quit the game, and what? I have a controller number 2 and stuff like that. It's always the number 1, the master controller, that can save, load, and quit. So that way, if you play with kids and other people can play, but they cannot save or quit the game. All right. So I talk about the in wheel. Uh, okay, let's say I want to save a game as a favorite. Okay. To access favorite is the Y button. Okay. Now 1944 is my favorite. I press back. I press the button Y another time. I come back to the full list of game. Let's say I want to remove the 1944. You go to 1944 and you press X. Now it's removed. If I press Y, I do not have any favorite. So see, you just come back to the first game. Okay, let's add 10 yard. So you press X to add or remove. So now I will add 10 yard. I will add 19XX. And I want to add 3 count bound. Now I press Y. I have those 3 games. And I can add as many games. You can add thousands of games if you want. Okay. To remove, you can remove from the favorite list. Usually, yeah, no. You have to go on the actual game. And if you want to clear all those favorites, there is an option in setting. You can clear all favorite in one shot. So to go back to the full screen, the full list, Y, favorite Y, and add and remove is the X button. Now I remove. All right, simple as that, and this is gonna work on any wheel. Also, now I'm on the MAME wheel. You can add, because on the MAME wheel there is 71 subcategories of MAME. Okay, let's say you don't like most of them. Let's say I want to play arcade, 9E, and platform only, and the MAME. So what you do the same thing as a game. Let's go to MAME. I will add with X. MAME is added. I want to add 9E, and I want to add platform. Now you press Y, and I have my favorite. So let's go back. Now let's enter Arcade Classic. I still have my favorite. If you want to go back to the full list, you press Y. Also, another trick. You can go up and down. Reverse of the side you scroll. Now I'm scrolling right to left. If you go up, see, you go back to my favorite. And up, you go back to, you can go down and so if the wheel is the opposite side, up and down, if you scroll right to left, it's gonna go to favorite to full list. So you can use Y button, or you can scroll reverse sides of the scroll the wheel. Now I'm on favorite. I can go down. I go back to the full list. And same thing, you can remove them and add them. It's good for collection because there is more than 150 collection. So you can add your best favorite in the favorite. So that's it for the main wheel. Let's jump to a game. I'm gonna show you in game what you can do. So I press A to enter a game.
Strikers 1944.
Okay, now the hotkey is the back button now. Remember that, because everything I'm going to show you, you need to press the hotkey together with another button to quit, save, load, and change some stuff. Okay, in game, main game, this is the coin, also the back. And usually main game and other system, the start is the start button. Okay. And some game use the A button to start the game. and stuff like that. Okay, let's say I want to quit. Back button and start button together. Press together. You go back to the on the wheel. You want to enter the game, you press A.
Strikers 1944.
Oh, let's say you forget to save your game, so you play your game back. Okay, to save it's a little bit tricky because you have I say tricky because on MAME you have different slots. To save you press the hotkey and the X button. Okay, I already have for save, but to have to change the slot. Okay, you don't see this. Let's move my. Okay, see in the middle I have for save already. In MAME you can use the LB, RB, X, Y, and I think B. So now I did press the hotkey and B, the menu appear, and you can press, let's say you want to save on LB, you press LB. So you just need to remember the save slot, and to load is hotkey and Y. Okay, now you don't need to press any LB, LT, or you can scroll with the D-pad. So I can load the first one, and I think you can use, yeah, I think the first time you need to create another slot, you use the LB, LT, XY, it will create another slot for save, but after you can use the D-pad or the joystick. This is only for, I think MAME use a different slot, but other system only use one save. You have one save. Okay. So I repeat, I'm in the MAME, back button, X to save, so I can save on the 4th slot, and to load, back button, Y, I can load this my last save. So let's quit. So now if I go back in the game again, after a few days,
Strikers 1944.
I press back button Y, and I take my, you have the date, by the way, he give you the date and stuff like that. So I load it and I continue my game. Okay. In MAME and some other emulator, you can pause. Pause is back button, the hotkey, and you're gonna press RT. So on pause, pause, on pause. So you have a phone call, save, pause. So hotkey and LT, this button together. Pause, on pause. All right. If you have a problem with the full screen means the game is not the full size of your TV screen ratio. It doesn't fit. It's smaller. It's windowed. It's not gonna happen on MAME, but some emulator, it's the back button and LT. Now nothing's gonna happen because MAME is fixed to full screen. But if you have, let's say you boot a Switch game, Yuzu, it's not full screen, or a PC game, sometimes it's not full screen, you just press the hotkey and LT. Simple as that. So this is all the feature in game. Also, MAME and some other emulator, you can volume up and down. Mostly all the MAME game, the volume is harmonized. But if you have a game that the sound is higher, instead of going to your TV and stuff like that, back button and D-pad down, volume down, and volume up. Okay, it works on our RetroArch emulator that run a lot of system and MAME and a few other. Also, okay, volume down. Oh yeah, if you want to save a screenshot, let's say, oh, this is your best score and your friend's not gonna believe your score. You press hotkey and right D-pad. That's a screenshot. And if you want to record a short video or a long video, you press the back button, hotkey, and left D-pad. Now it says record start. But don't forget to stop it because it's never gonna stop until you stop it. So yeah, it freaked out because I stopped the record is stopped. Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna show you where you can see your MAME record. So to quit the launcher, the RetroBeast launcher, you press the guide. Oops, sorry. You press the hotkey and start. If you have problem, why I was talking about the guide for quit, because some emulator, if you cannot quit with the back and start button, you can use the another option is the guide button. It will work as a escape. I know like TechnoPirate need to be quit from this button. Most emulator and game will use the back and start, but some, if it doesn't work, just press this one and it's gonna escape. If you go to emulator and MAME, you will find the video I just did and the picture. MAME. Snap. Snap. There is two snap. Yeah, the first snap. Whoop, sorry. Come on, I have a hard time. See 1944. My screenshot is right there. And my video. It's not long, so he's just repeat by himself, but that's cool. I try to make it available on all emulator, but it depends on the emulator if it's available. If it's available, you can do it. If it's not, it doesn't work. I know some emulator like Simu for Wii U doesn't have the save feature, stuff like that. It doesn't work, but you can save in-game like a regular game. So some emulator use the regular save in-game, but some you can overwrite anytime, anywhere you can save. So it depends on the emulator, but mostly works. That's it for control. If you have an arcade board, it's the same button. Your hotkey is gonna be the if you have a start, select and start, your hotkey is gonna be your back or select button, combined with the same button I just explained. If you want to build your arcade, it's good to have an escape button if you can have it. If you buy the Patco board, you can have the escape button. Okay, let's check if I talk about all the. Okay, hotkey, load, save, full screen. I'll talk about that. Pause. Access. Oh, to access simulator. If you want to access the emulator for other option when you play a game, let's boot. I'm going to show you MAME and RetroArch because they are the biggest emulator on the RetroBeast. Oh, let's boot any game. Doesn't matter. I always start 1944.
RetroBeast by
Okay.
Kriscoolmod.
Now I'm on MAME. You press back button, the hotkey, press plus B. See? Now I have, if you want to change, I don't know, if you want to try a video or access a cheat code or, yeah, it's good for cheat code. Or if you want to change the shader, like on MAME and stuff, on RetroArch, or change your input. You can change the input for the game or for a global setting. Okay, when it says input assignment for this system, it means this game only. You can change one button just for this game or for all the game. So to access simulator, you, it's back button and B. After you got return, return, and close menu. Okay, let's quit the game. Let's go to on a RetroArch emulator game system. Let's go to console. Let's take Atari. I know he launched from RetroArch. Okay, I'm booting a game. I'm on RetroArch now. Okay, so to access RetroArch menu, you press back button and B. Now you have a bunch. If you don't know what to do and what it is for, don't use it. You can save from there. You can load your game. You can change control. You can. Where's the cheat code? That's very useful. I have the complete cheat code for every system. You need to choose your system and your game. So Atari 2000 and stuff like that. Sometimes you need to choose your game, and it's gonna activate the cheat code. What else? Oh, the shader. You can change the shader. Is the effect on top of the game, and that's it. There is other option. You just read the wiki from RetroArch if you want to learn more about RetroArch. After you press quick menu on top and resume, and you go back to your game. And same thing on RetroArch. Save. See, if you check on the right left bottom corner, you can see a pop-up save, load, volume, same thing, volume down, volume up, screenshot, D-pad and hotkey together, and record the hotkey and D-pad left. And after I stop the record. And same thing, you go to RetroArch, Snap or whatever, and you will find your video and snapshot. Quit, same thing. Press the 2 combo button. It's a universal quit for any system you will find. What else I didn't talk? Where's the where's my cheat? Okay, I talk about pause, shader. Okay, that's a work in progress. You will be able to change shader on RetroArch only by pressing the hotkey again, but with R1, RB and LB. See, now it's changing the... and if you want to reset the shader, you press hotkey and B. It says none. And now I activate it. See the line? The shader is the effect. You have CRT effect and skyline, but I need to add those shader on the RetroArch. It will be available soon, but for now you can only deactivate it or activate it with hotkey and RB and LB. But it will be cool, very cool effect I'm gonna add soon. So only on RetroArch system, shader, hotkey, RB and LB, and hotkey and B to disable the shader. All right. So everything can be handled from the... Okay, let's talk about the keyboard. I'm going to show you some... Okay. Let's say you're in RetroBeast, you want to access something. The window button. You're going to open your taskbar. You can access other application. So you can access anything else and still be on the RetroBeast. After, if you press great feature, you need to know Alt Tab. Alt Tab, you can all the window and application you have, you can swap. Let's say, oh, I want to see the picture, this picture. You want to go back to RetroBeast. So Alt Tab is very cool. You can go to your window folder, anything that it's open on your window, Alt Tab. Also, to force quit a game, sometimes you have a game or application that doesn't want to quit from your controller, because usually if you press those two buttons or the home, any application should shut down. Okay, immediately after you press those combo, or the guide will quit. If it doesn't, you press Alt F4 together or escape on your keyboard. If it doesn't close, you press CTRL, Alt, and Del, delete. You press those two, clack, clack, clack. So this is your last chance to close it. You go to Task Manager, and if you're lucky and Task Manager open, you right click on anything you want to force close that doesn't want to close for whatever the reason. Let's say I want to close my picture, and task. That's the last resource to close something. Okay? And if nothing works, just reboot your PC. Also, the save feature, some, I forgot to talk about that, some old emulator will still use the F5 and F8 to save games. So F5 is going to be save state of a game, and F8 is going to be load. Because I say the save was hotkey and X, hotkey and Y followed. But some old emulator, like I mentioned on my wiki, use the F5 and F8, and it's set to press joystick left is F5, and if you press joystick right, it's F8. So if for some reason you cannot save a game on the old emulator, it still use the press joystick, the left for save and the right for load games. All right, it's very rare, but I have no choice. I cannot set those emulator to use the combo feature, but it's very rare occasion. So F5 and F8 is your save load for all emulator. On a keyboard, what else? What else can be useful? That's it. Yeah, that's it for the keyboard. So that's it for this video. I talk a lot about the... Oh, I want to show you something. Talking about controller, you can handle everything. Okay, you know when you boot your PC, RetroBeast is gonna boot automatically, alright? It's gonna be on RetroBeast automatically. But there is a nice feature when you are on the desktop, you can press start. And now you will have all the launcher and theme.
RetroBeast by Kriscoolmod.
Let's say I want to start Hyperspin. You press start A button. All right. Let's say you want to change to RetroBeast. You press start on your controller on the desktop. Whoops, sorry. And you can boot RetroBeast. Easy like that. So anytime you are on the desktop, you don't need the keyboard or mouse to boot RetroBeast. You can boot from the controller. So that's a tip, very useful. So I want to quit. So I think now it's wonderful. It's very, very, very easy. You just have to learn. It's going to take a week to learn the save load and favorite. But just don't forget your hotkeys are always this one and everything. So stay tuned on Discord. If you have any suggestion or something to add on the Xbox, something, but I think it's very complete. Give me some feedback.
Goodbye.
But I really like this new setup. Just reading if I forget something. The pinball now. I changed. This is the flipper, and this is the magnet or the tilt. Okay, and this is your launch ball. A launch ball, two flipper, and with other finger you can use your tilt and magnet, whatever depends on the pinball. So pinball is the RB and LB for flipper. Fighter, it depends on the game, but usually it's gonna be low punch, medium punch, high punch, low kick, medium kick, and high kick. Some game will use also the high kick and high punch. Is gonna be high punch and high kick with both shoulder, and some will use those two. Depends on the game. All right. And on an arcade board, also it will some game, old game and new fighting game, depends if it's old or new. But if you have the new Patco board, and if you buy my new upcoming board, you have a switch to keep the 6-button layout all the time. It's magic. Comic book. Oh yeah, PDF. PDF is very, very easy now. I'm going to show you a PDF. Let's go to any PDF. A comic book. Okay, I'm going to start a comic book. To scroll, you can use the D-pad. All right. And to quit, you can quit with the 2 button. Oops, sorry. Easy like that. I was talking also about full screen. Okay, the back button and the LT for full screen. It works, but again, if it doesn't work, you need to use F11, like the PDF I just boot. I'm going to show you. Because there is some emulator I cannot set with the controller, so you really need to have a keyboard. See, I'm pressing F11. So some application or some PC game or emulator, very rare occasion, you will need the F11 to swap full screen and window. All right, and you can use the escape on the keyboard to quit any application. Hope guys you understand the setup. I just try to explain all the possibility. Yeah, talk about that. Talk about that. Talk about that. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have fun with the RetroBeast, and hope the new layout and button makes sense for you. And see you on the next video, guys. Ciao.